Who else would be getting that book if not the Congresswoman? Who's next?
Her husband is said to inherit from everything that she hasn't specifically put in her will to other people.
Put them in protective custody.
Okay.
I don't think it was transferred to them. I mean, it technically hadn't transferred to her yet from the previous estate. So I don't know, but I think it would default back to the author's biological family.
He didn't have any family.
Didn't he have someone that he left all his other stuff to?
Oh yeah, I did mention that. Whoever those people are, when they hear the details of your case, they immediately say they don't want that they refuse part of the inheritance. They refuse the book. Nobody wants to inherit it. It just sort of falls into a gray area where the FBI owns it now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I'm about to suggest the worst idea ever. Can we leak the book?
I was thinking the same thing, actually.
Leak the book! Leak the book!
Yeah. Okay. So.
Or at least give it to Johnson and have him publish it.
I don't know if he'll be cooperative with that plan anymore.
Oh, you know.
People are dead and one is killed right in front of him.
Well, we can persuade him and be like, think of the money.
So, do you want to run this by your boss before you do that, or?
Yeah.
Okay. You head back to the office where Skiev is being protected, and as soon as you walk into the office space, Mrs. Whitecross, the director of your branch, calls you in her office, and she is pissed. As soon as the door closes behind both of you, she says, "Okay, this is not looking good. You let a congresswoman of the United States of America get shot right in front of you. You saw the guy doing it, and we haven't caught him yet."
His picture has been put out into the media, and we are doing our best looking for him.
Okay. What happened? How did you lose track of it?
I can't say. 1 minute he was there, the next he was gone.
Do you think
if you look at all the pictures we have of him, he keeps his face hidden rather well. This guy must be the luckiest bastard in existence.
Either that or he got help. I don't believe in luck. There's got to be something we're not seeing here.
Well, unless he can control pigeons, accidents at a power plant, cockroaches, and a car accident that diverted the flow of traffic. I don't know what to think.
Unless there's a lot of people working together.
Elaborate.
I think you need to take a step back from this investigation, Miles. If you're starting you're starting to sound weird.
This entire investigation has been pretty weird.
All right. So, what's our next move?
We
were thinking of releasing the book. Whoever this murderer is doesn't want the information out there. Killed twice to keep it. So see if we can set up a sting operation. Get him to come to us.
If so, you want us to announce we're going to put the book out, and then and then just wait for him to where would we be announcing that we're storing the book in the meantime?
I don't see any place safer than here. You'd have to be pretty ballsy to storm an FBI government building.
Yeah, that's the problem. If he sees it as too difficult, he's not going to show. We need some other place.
What about the bank?
What about an editor's building that we could add up the security there, ramp it up more than Sean Backholman had.
I think that could work, yes.
I would probably make copies of the manuscript too, just in case.
But keep the original.
I'll ask them to make photocopies of it. In the meantime, the press is going to tear through us for not being able to clear this assassination faster. We're on thin ice. The other thing is that the letter that was found on the body, it seemed pretty dedicated to this, to sort of anti-capitalist agenda. I'm not 100% sure if this these murders have to do with the book or with the money that would come out of it. But that would come out of it in the future. But we have to be able to anticipate both angles being the motive. All right.
Understood.
All right. Well, set it up. Put it out that we're going to publish the book. Talk to Mr. Johnson to see if he'd want to cooperate to catch the murderer. I'm sure if it means he'll have to spend less time in custody and get back to his work, he will appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have any other questions?
No.
I think that covers it.
Johnson agrees to the idea, but also he says he asks you to wrap up the security at his building a lot because he doesn't want any of his employees hurt. And also, he's staying in the FBI office until this all blows over. Mm-hmm. He's not putting himself anywhere near the book.
Yeah. Question. Are we just lying about publishing the book, or are we actually going to publish it on do it anyways? Because I kind of want it to get leaked.
That's up to you. Your boss isn't going to make that choice for you.
Well, I don't know. I think the threat should be enough to draw the person out and to reveal themselves wrong before we publish it. So I don't know if it matters much either way. Really, all we have to do is catch the person.
Just in case anything goes wrong, I think we should set up for someone to leak a copy of the book if something goes or happens to either of us, or if anyone else gets killed.
Yeah, I'd like to have a contingency plan too, but I'm not sure what it would be. You could always go the internet route.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Copy, make sure that it gets uploaded.
Yeah.
After a certain time, should we die?
Mm-hmm. Can we set that up, Simon?
Absolutely. You're the FBI. You set it up.
Yay!
Okay.
I like being FBI.
In how many days do you say you're going to publish the book?
3 days. Makes it more dramatic.
Okay. Are you going to do any? Yeah, perfect. It's the name of the game. It's there's triangles in all of the illustrations. It's perfect. Do you are you going to do you want to do anything special during those 3 days?
I'm gonna read through the manuscript with a fine-tooth comb.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to fact check it? Because that would be a documentation check. Do you want to understand the mindset of the writer? That would be an empathy check. Do you want to understand it from an artistic point of view? That would be an art check.
I guess I'll go with the documentation.
Okay.
What are those lines?
By the way, since it's over the course of 3 days, you can make 3 rolls at a +3, and with a 3 prime because you are taking your time.
Okay.
Oh, and the documentation is in Libra, middle column towards the bottom. I can tell you some basic information. Adrian, in his book, tries to defend himself against multiple allegations, including subjecting including subjecting children with autism to unnecessarily invasive medical procedures such as colonoscopies and lumbar punctures during his research and faking his research, and you can corroborate that his research hasn't been able to be reproduced in any form, despite the fact that he, in his book, defends that he that he didn't fake anything. But beyond that, you a lot of the more obscure moments when he had a visit from an agent from the government threatening threatening him. You can't corroborate any more of it with the research you do over those 3 days. Anna, is there something you want to be doing during those 3 days?
Zoya wants to look at the murder note, but before that, because one of my domains is media, so can the media sensationalize the hell out of this book coming out after this, murder? Just fucking put it everywhere.
Absolutely.
I want everyone talking about it on every news thing. If I can make that happen, that would be great.
Okay. That is going to depend on your influence, Fab, to ask for favors.
Uh-huh.
How much do you have in influence?
Where is that under?
It's under lifelines. It's it's in resources. It's not a skill. It's below the skills.
Influence. It says base 8.
Oh, 8 is pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, you're able to stir a lot of sensation, and between the assassination of a congresswoman being linked to this, and the assassination of a very controversial doctor, the media really latches onto this. Okay, so you stir a lot of media attention around this, meaning that there's going to be a lot of cameras pointed towards the editor's building during this time. And, okay.
And in terms of what else she'd like to be doing, maybe looking at that murder note and trying to link it to any of that, Greek stuff that's going on. I don't know what kind of role that would be.
That would be. Do you have the domain history?
What is that under?
It's the domains.
Domain.
The skills.
No, I don't. Yeah. I have the domain Greek, but I think that's just the language.
Sure. Then you can roll for erudition to have knowledge for that, or documentation. And documentation would once again you would have a free prime, which because you take your time, and you can roll 3 times during this time. So you can have 3 rolls at plus 3 documentation.
Okay.
You only need to succeed once.
Oh my God! Come on, Zoya.
Any?
Huh?
Do you have any successes?
No. The closest was a 10.
All right. I'm gonna try to move forward the time where you can roll 2 dice and choose the best ones. Then. Yeah. Both of you don't make a lot of progress in your research, and and the 3rd day comes, the time when the publishing of the book, when it's supposed to be announced that it will first be printed and sent out to stores, arrives, and nothing's happened.
Okay.
So you're sitting in a room with Skip Johnson at this point, and he asks, does that mean we're gonna have to publish it?
Zoya kind of nods.
Should I go and give the order?
How about you give a phone call?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Yeah, I'm not moving out of this building.
Good.
Yeah, he goes and he gives the order for the manuscript to be printed, to be edited and printed, and the editors were working on like correcting it, work to like make it look a little bit better under heavy protection. The first copy rolls out of the printing press, and the second copy, and so on, and the book starts to get delivered, and because of all of the media attention you've drawn to this, a lot of people are buying it.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts to roll out in the country, and nothing happens to stop that.
Okay.
So your boss comes. You meet Susan Whitecross in her office once again, and she says, "I'm not sure whether to call that a victory or a failure, because we didn't catch the murderer, but then again, we did put out the book that they seemed not to want to come out."
Either that or they were trying to have it come out. In which case we were played, and that is very unfortunate.
I mean, killing the author of a book about a conspiracy like this would ramp up the sales, but I don't know anyone who's that into the anti-vaxxer movement to do this.
Well, there is probably someone out there who, doesn't have their head on the right way.
This took a lot of planning. I think it's a little bit naive to call them insane. Very well planned and carried out by skillful individuals.
Okay, so we still have to catch this guy. Do we have any other leads now?
There is a connection to Greece. It's a little bit of reaching, but
okay. What's the connection?
Does Zoya have like a copy of the murder note on hand that she could just like whip out and be like, Pythagoras, right there?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
So she has a moment and she says, "That's your connection. A few letters lining up like this."
I want to persuade her.
Roll for persuasion. Well, I was planning on having her put you off the case at this point in time with that theory, but since you rolled a 13, I guess she says, "Okay, what are you going to do? Tell me what you're going to do, but it might be a lead." Yes, I agree.
Well, we can go to Greece and speak to those archaeologists and maybe see if there's any connections they can draw.
We don't have authority in Greece.
We can ask them very nicely, bring them a gift first.
All right. Both of you take the next plane. Try to see if there's any link can be made between a historical figure and a murderer. This is a very this is not a great lead. I gotta tell you, this feels like the murderer is throwing us off into a different direction. But if that's the only thing we've got right now, with an investigation that's attracted this much press attention, we have to keep following it. I want you on the next plane to Greece.
Oh, also, the gun that he dropped, any fingerprints on that? What was the make of the gun? When was it bought?
Sorry, he was wearing gloves.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, you cut out, and I thought you were done with your sentence when I answered.
Oh,
sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, the gun also came out. It turns out that the gun has been traced to like the serial number has been traced to seems to be owned by a notorious gang member in New York who'd been shot in a street fight recently, and his gun had gone missing.
Okay.
He shot and killed?
No, leg, and he bled to death on the pavement. The shooters are known because he shot them back.
Wait, hold on. So where are the shooters?
The shooters were like the two people who shot this gang member were themselves shot by that gang member and also died.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, there were plenty of witnesses.
Before we get on that plane to Greece, is there like some time we can talk to the witnesses?
Sure. What do you want to ask them?
If they saw anything else, if they saw like the description, like if that dude, the blonde guy.
Somebody like what one of those witnesses tells you, yeah, there was this guy just standing over Big Mike, and like 1 second he was there. I didn't see how he got there, and out of it was like he came out of nowhere. I turned my head, he's standing over the body, digging in, and I guess it was just like someone who'd never seen a street fight like this. And the next second, I turn my head because this police siren's coming in, and I know it's time to like. I know I'm going to that like I'm going to have to be there to be a witness, but also like you know how it is when you hear police sirens coming towards you and you know they're coming. Like, anyways, I got scared. And then when a few seconds later I looked back and that dude was gone.
Out of character. Great. Fantastic.
So you head off to Greece.
Yeah.
All right. Before you leave, Zoya, your wife is going to ask you if like when you announce to her that you are going, she asks, "Is this whole case? It seems dangerous with someone getting shot right next to you. Are you going to be all right?"
Well, I'm in one piece so far, but honestly, I'm not sure. It's a bit of a strange case, but just promise me you will be careful and tell the kids not to, well, not to be stupid or anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, you should be careful. I'm not in any danger, am I?
I don't think so, but I would like to, cover all my bases, as they say.
Okay. Yeah. I'll be careful. Yeah.
But I'll be okay. I mean, nobody has shot directly at us. So I think thus far that's very, very good.
Yeah. I guess I'll take it as a good news. It's yay for not getting shot at.
There you go. What is that metaphor? The bowl that has some stuff in it.
The glass half full.
Yes, that one.
I think like we cut that scene in the moment with your wife looking at you like. Okay. You the next day you are in Greece and you're seriously jet lagged and you have a meeting with Evadne Zapt, the head archaeologist at the Acropolis Museum in Athens, and she and when you arrive and present your badges, what do you tell her? What's your approach to link all of this to Pythagoras?
Oh, shit. Andrew, do you have ideas?
Yeah, I just told them that we're here following up on the seems peculiar behind the death of a congresswoman and author were somehow connected to this new Pythagoras that was discovered, and ask them for any information they might have that could aid in our investigation.
So she has a strong Greek accent, but I'm shit at accents, so I'm not even going to try. She asks, sure, I don't know how I could help you with the connection. Because what is that connection, so that I can know how I can help you?
Well, it's pretty weak, but the killer left a note. Encrypted in it was the word Pythagoras. As I'm sure you're aware, the new discovery of the book has been making international headlines. And these murders take place a little while after such discovery. As we said, it's very tangentially linked, but we're following up any possible.
All right. Would you say the case you've been following is strange?
I would say so.
I'd say that's an understatement.
Okay, because we have a bit of a strange case here too.
Well, you should tell us more about it, and maybe we can help each other on our strange cases.
So she takes you inside of the museum, and she brings you to the back. So you're in rooms where you see documents being restored, and she takes you all the way to a completely sleek slab of stone, and she tells you, "Do you remember the archaeological find of the century with this slab that was talking about Pythagoras' life?"
Mm-hmm.
This is it. All of the writings on it disappeared overnight. And all of our copies of it, she presents to you photos of the slab that are all completely pixelated, or that have data erasure bars all over it, as if a virus had destroyed them. And she presents a printed photo of it where the slab looks completely blank. And she says, 2 days after we came out with the discovery of this, it just, everything disappeared. All we have are what we remember was written on it. It was talking about a new form of mathematics that Pythagoras was keeping secret that could predict things. We think it was a way to tell weather changes and things like this. It's just that now we don't have anything, and we said we had the find of the century, and somebody's going to find out soon that we don't, not anymore, and we're going to look like fools. So we're at a bit of an impasse here.
So that is why there wasn't any more news about this. You know, what I'm seeing here, this sort of reminds me a bit about our case, where, let's just say, the perpetrator that we were chasing, we couldn't really get a good image of him on any CCTV cameras. It either seemed that something was always in the way. And can Zoya pull up a picture of the perp to show Evadne?
Yep.
And can she say in Greek, "Have you seen this man"?
She looks at the image and she shakes her head. She says, "I haven't seen anyone." Do you think that person might be linked to the erasure?
That I don't know, but just this whole erasure business made me think of that.
Have you been following up any leads? Any inkling of what is going on here?
We don't have anything. She takes you to a security room, and she shows you that all of the cameras show that the camera footage of the museum doesn't show any activity in the museum that night. But there is one thing. She shows you that when they were bringing the slab through the museum, there's corrupted footage of the moments the slab was being brought in, and there's corrupted footage of the camera that was filming the place where it was being, where it was, and and the moment the corruption stops is the moment is when the slab looks completely blank, and the all the way till when it's discovered the next day. And then the footage just keeps going normal.
So is
She tells you, no, we don't know if we don't think we have no explanation for this because no alarms in the museum were triggered. The tampering with the cameras happened with in the both here and in the remote location where we have the copies of our tapes, and it just all of it disappeared at the same time, and not all of it is connected to the internet. It couldn't have been hacking. We don't understand this.
Okay. Great. Hold on. Question: is there any way to have the data analyzed, really analyzed in depth to see what the source of the corruption was?
I have to ask, did you take any rubbings of the stone when you pulled it out?
We did. Those were erased too. We've been able to make the notes that we had on the translation are still intact, but anything that showed the slab itself was erased.
How good is your memory of it as to what was on the stone?
Our memory was as good as the translations I talked to you about the fact that the subject was a new kind of mathematics to predict upcoming events, but that's all we got. And we know it was related to Pythagoras. We know that he was the one who perfected this technique.
Do you have any new employees?
We have nobody who's new who's working on who was working on this.
Okay.
You had a question just before?
Who?
Yeah, you.
Me?
You got interrupted by. It's fine if you don't.
Wait. Crap. It will come to me. It'll come. Oh, wait, no. I wanted to give her the, do I have a copy of the murder note that I can show her?
Yep. She said that she didn't know anybody, that she hadn't seen this person.
No, not the person, the murder note.
Oh, the murderer's note, yeah?
Yeah, if I could give it to her and maybe ask her to see if she can make anything of it.
She's gonna have a look and, yeah, she doesn't seem to. She comes back to you saying it's a very interesting read, but I won't act according to what is written in there personally because that's just my opinion. But yeah, no, I'm not. It's not. I don't really know what you want me to get out of this. Also, the thing that you wanted to do was in regards to. Oh shit! I forgot it. I remembered it and then I forgot it again.
Data analysis?
I know it had something to do with the cameras. Oh yeah, the corruption. You wanted to trace how the corruption happened. She says, we haven't called the police on this yet, but this the slab is an archaeological piece from our country's history. It's supposed to be an actual treasure. I'm not sure I can give details of this to Americans for analysis before I talk to my own government.
Can I persuade her?
You can roll for persuasion at -3.
And the whole help us help you kind of.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, you convince her, and she hands you over a copy of one of the tapes to to see if you can trace this thing, with the promise that you will tell her of any results. Your lab is not going to be able to determine what could have caused this precisely.
Oh.
It seems almost supernatural.
Yay!
Maybe we could bring in the SCP Foundation.
What did you say?
Maybe we could bring in the SCP Foundation.
Yes. Is that a reference to the X-Files or something?
The SCP Foundation. Secure, contain, protect. Yeah. I love them. Yeah. They're absolutely the best.
But they don't exist. In this setting, we have you.
Is there anything that's like similar to those?
Do you have any domains that could help you know this information? Do you have any points do you have any points in the scale, the 8 in Aquarius, all the way at the bottom?
I have a 2.
You have a 2. I guess roll for the 8. No, you don't know. Yeah. So I think the next scene is your characters are just walking through the front part of the museum after having talking to Evadne, and
are there souvenirs?
There's souvenirs.
Okay, I'd buy some for the family.
Okay. Are you dressed in like the suit and ties associated with the FBI?
I imagine I probably am.
Anna?
I'd say business casual.
So a sort of a smiling blonde man dressed in sort of like extravagantly rich clothing, like he's got fur all around his neck and a sort of cane with a precious stone on it, walks up to you, and he has this strong British accent that I'm not going to try doing again. And he says, "Agents, a word, please."
What does he look like?
He looks like this, but I'll have a better image for next game where it's a better close-up of his face. But like if you squint, we can see his cane and his like. Do you see, like, if you squint, you can see what his face looks like a bit better.
Kind of, yeah.
A reverse Google search it comes up Oregon.
Wait, what comes up? What is it?
So Oregon, folding paper, all the triangles.
Yeah, I think all of the images would do that because it looks like folded paper when it's for black and white images.
So I tried Michelle Bachman. She actually comes up Michelle Bachman.
No, Michonne Bachwoman.
Yes, Bachwoman.
Yeah. So he asks, "Agents, a word, please."
Sure, I step aside to talk to him. And ask him, how do you know your agent? I asked how you knew your agent.
Oh, it's quite simple, really. I saw both of you stepping into to the back to have a talk with with a member of the personnel, and I saw you stepping back out looking quite disappointed, which is the face I would expect from people who are following this case. Now, I'm really disappointed because I was expecting that one of my agents would be here first, but in fact, it's let me guess, suits, Americans. I'm going to say it's either the CIA or the FBI.
Yes. So, of course, we're not doing any official business.
Well, good. Also, you haven't seen me or heard from me. If you could tell me which agency you were from, I'd be able to place you a little bit better.
What do you mean, place us?
Well, let's just say we're in the same business, and I think you deserve a prize for looking in a place for looking in unexpected places to solve your case.
Well, what about a little tit for tat? You tell us something, we tell you something.
All right.
But you go first.
My code name in the business is Hare,
Like
the rabbits.
Oh, like bunny. I thought like hair on face. Okay.
No, despite my extravagant mustache, that's not my code name.
Okay, so like bunny with mustache. Okay. I hope he can tell that Zoya is like being a shit.
So, answer one of your questions, answer one of mine. What agency are you from?
It's last from my dad. It's FBI.
My guess was right. Perfect. All right, your turn.
And what agency are you from?
I am not from one of the agencies. It's rather the agencies are for me. Let's just say I run a business of knowing things and cooperating with different agencies to further everyone's goals. Hold on. He gets a gigantic brick-sized cell phone, and he dials something, and he starts a conversation with someone, and he says, "Yes, could you? I'd like to get you to promote 2 of your agents. What are your names?"
I give him my name. Ken Niles.
Ken Miles and his partner
Zoya Sorokina.
Zoya Sorokina. Yes. All right. Yes. Make sure. Okay. Yeah. Just call White Cross. I don't care. He closes the phone. He puts it back inside of his handbag, and he says, "There. You're going to get a little bit of a promotion for finding this connection. I started looking for it myself, and I was just waiting here, hoping one of my agents would be getting the promotion. But it's you. You did it. Congratulations."
Do you have another question?
Yes. Would you like to work for me? Would you like to help me catch this murderer in exchange for perks, of course?
Zoya kind of looks at Ken and kind of raises her brows as if to say, like, should we ask him more about the perks?
Oh, I don't really need any bribes. I just want to catch this killer.
Oh, you're going to need perks for this one.
I like perks.
Let me see if you're figuring it out yet. A killer that gets that arrives at precisely the right time to kill someone on the 5th floor in under 5 minutes and leaving in that time. A killer who's able to escape a citywide blockade set up by the FBI after killing a congresswoman. And how is he able to do that? Now eliminate all of the impossible and leave just what it could be.
My baba would call it a ghost.
But a ghost who shoots bullets seems pretty physical to me.
Ghosts don't have to be intangible.
True. So how is our ghost operating?
Like an asshole.
So let's just cut to the chase. You know how this killer is managing to be so supernaturally evasive?
You're touching on a very interesting point. Yes, I do. I just want to see if you're open to these sorts of ideas enough to work.
Can he predict when things happen?
Aha! You're deserving your promotions. Yes, he's able to see the future, and which is going to make your job of catching him really difficult. But I wanted to have a talk with him preferably in a position of power where he is restrained. And if you can grant me that, I, well, let's just say that I can get you what you want, whatever that is.
I mean, you mentioned perks, and okay, let me just preface this. You know, I grew up in Soviet country. It was kind of big shit show. So this whole perk talk, very interesting.
Right. Well, how about I give you two a little something I was planning to give my agents. He ruffles through his bag, and he brings out a cap. We're going to say that it's tied to it's just a completely black cap, and he hands it to Ken, and he says, "Put it on back. Go to the bathroom and put it on backwards, and try not to move for a couple of seconds. You'll see the perks. For you, yes." And he hands you, a pair of glasses, and he tells you, for you it's a bit more complicated. It can only target one person, but if you wear these, the person you look at first while wearing these will see you as their boss, whoever that person may be. It can be used once a day, and it recharges at sunset.
Okay. Slightly off topic, but I really appreciate this. You know, this sounds very, very great. My youngest daughter, Marina, one of her big dreams is opening animal shelter, and that is something she is saving up for. Can you help with that?
Absolutely. I'm dipping some toes in politics. I could divert funds for bigger concerning laws concerning animal protection and help out, of course.
That would be fantastic.
Once you catch the killer.
Might just be my upbringing talking, but what you're requesting is extremely unethical.
Oh,
yes,
no. I am helping you solve this case for which you're not equipped as it is.
We'll accept your help on that end.
It's a gift.
Absolutely.
Just think it as a gift. Oh my God, she has such a Soviet mentality. I'm sorry. Bribes were like the thing. Anyway, sorry, continue.
And the hair tells you, and also it's not. I'm not trying to corrupt you at all. I own your bosses already, so I can I can get them to offer it to you. It wouldn't be corruption; it would be from within your own agency.
And what would you want in return?
I'm telling you, all I want to meet the murderer. I want to have a nice long talk with him, preferably with him handcuffed, and just have a discussion. That's all. Just so you can get an idea of what I'm offering. How about you go to the bathroom and try out the cap on the put it on back.
Okay, and I'll excuse myself and go and do that.
Okay. The moment you put the cap on, something completely leaves your field of vision. Your nose, along with the rest of your body, you become invisible. The problem is when you start to move, you become visible again.
Also, okay, so yeah, I return to the two. Like, this is fucking amazing.
What happened?
I know.
I'll give the cap to Zoya.
Only works once a day. They only work. Both of these only work once a day, and they recharge at the moment the sun touches the horizon.
Okay. What does it do?
You ever hear the Greek myth about Hades' helm? The crappier version of that.
Oh, come now.
Okay. All right.
There's nothing crappy about it. I put a lot of effort into making this.
Oh, wait.
Well, you have to admit it's crappier than Hades' Hell.
I suppose legends are always a bit embellished. I'm pretty sure the Hades helm was of the same, was made the same way.
If
Now, I assume.
Wait.
you have questions.
I have question just for fun. If I put on these glasses, do they work on you? Could I be like your boss?
You would look like my boss, but since you would be putting them while I have you in my field of vision, I would see the transformation. And also,
okay. So it is transformation that happens. Okay. Gotcha.
And also, I'm not expecting to see my boss here.
Do you have a boss?
Yes, unfortunately, we all have to work with someone above ourselves in this universe.
Who's the boss of your boss?
Huh?
Who's the boss of your boss?
Well, I don't know who my boss sees when somebody puts on these glasses looking at him, but
could be a fun experiment.
Maybe he sees one of the gods. Who knows?
Okay.
I guess we should get down to this. Do you have any leads that you can follow? Find this guy? Game or address?
No, my lead is, well, I've got a bit more information, but I'm not sure if it will lead you the correct place.
Information's always good.
All right. I'll tell you a bit about myself, and this way you can understand the killer a little bit better. He and I are the same thing. We are creatures, immaterial creatures. We don't necessarily belong in charge of those bodies that we own, but we use them anyways. And we have a tendency of coming back. The person you're looking for used to be in Pythagoras' body, and now he's back in a brand new body. Of course, we always look the same from reincarnation to reincarnation, which means he looks just the way that he used to. And I look the way that I used to in my previous existences.
Which was what?
So you're saying we're at Pythagoras?
Yes. I'm saying you're hunting down Pythagoras himself.
I can finally get revenge for 8th grade math.
Now you get a better idea of why I would like to meet him. The other thing is, it's possible to identify this. It's something that you can develop. If you look at people, you try to concentrate really hard on what your senses are telling you. When you're looking at it, you might have this sensation of something crawling under your skin, or cold in your back, or your instincts telling you to run. If you focus on this, if you focus on those sensations and try to gather all of them and try to understand where they come from, you'll be able to spot people like me. But also, but you can train yourselves to do the same thing with the objects I gave you. If you haven't used them during the day yet, you will be able to feel a similar aura coming from them. While he's talking to you about this, his explanation is a sort of teaching, so you get 1 point in the clairvoyance skill under Virgo. Rolling for that skill allows you to detect the presence of what he's describing. And you also get 1 point in mastery and 1 point in meditation for free.
Yay. Also, hold on. Did he, or is he willing to answer, like, who he is?
He already did.
No, who he was in a past life.
See, the problem about this is that if this knowledge falls into the wrong hands, it opens me to be more vulnerable, just like you knowing Pythagoras
But I'm very trustworthy.
Well,
There's the Russian defector.
Persuasion roll.
he's not going to concede on this one today, but he tells you, I'll I will tell you if you trust me. If you yourself trust, I can make you into more efficient agents too.
Wait,
Just the way I made those objects more efficient is a way for us to become more for you to become more efficient agents for me. If you're willing to cross over a line.
A line?
Yes, it involves. So like you're still in a public place, like you're in sort of like plaza outside of the museum having this conversation, and I think he stops at a like in front of a fast food stand, and like he waits for someone to bring you some food, and he says, I'm an immaterial creature, but part of me exists in this body, and if I transfer bits of my body into other people, they get some of the powers that I get, being an immaterial creature. The ability to heal the body in which I am, for example. You could have that too. The ability to learn certain powers, things like that. But that also means and that also means that we would be tied together and we would have to work together after the pact was sealed. Would that interest you?
This is a lot to take in all at once, and I'm still jet lagged. Mind if we get back to you?
Of course. He gets a business card out of his pocket. He slides it to you. It says hair, and it has a phone number. And he like his finger. He's not wearing any gloves, and his fingerprints are very probably on the car, or are on the car. And he gets up and he says, "Give me a call." And he starts to walk away from you.
Wait, Zoya's like, wait. Can you expand on what this whole pact business means?
You would be able to heal from wounds.
No. Like the actual term pact. What would I be giving up?
No, you wouldn't be giving up anything. All you would have to do. Bit of a warning. We got a bad reputation as material spirits because some people saw us doing this pact in the past, and we got a reputation. And some of my brethren weren't always the most the nicest persons, as you can see by Pythagoras killing people. So there's a bad connotation associated with what's involved, but it's not harmful. It involves drinking my blood.
Do you have any venereal diseases?
No. And if I had, thanks to my powers, I could heal from them.
Okay, because I'm not in the business of getting like Hep C or anything like that.
You do not have to worry. You would be able to heal it from for yourself.
Okay. Also, question, Simon. Can I roll persuasion on him?
What are you trying to persuade him to?
I wanted his name.
You're not going to get his name on the first meeting. Oh, unless if you accept to the pact.
Not letting me roll persuasion? Such disappoint.
I would let you roll if there was a way you could get him to willingly cooperate on this one.
My natural Russian charisma. Hello.
If you roll for persuasion, he could accept giving you his name before you make the pact, but you have to make the pact within the hour.
Okay.
You accept?
No, Zoya's like, talk to you later.
Okay. He starts to wander off. You two are left. Alone. Now, one of you has seen the proof of the supernatural by becoming invisible, but Zoya, what are your characters telling you? What are your characters doing?
Booking a trip to like the Bahamas because this is too much.
I'll come now.
And you should test out the glasses.
You want to test out what?
The glasses.
Oh, the glasses, yeah.
Okay, go back to the hotel and test out the glasses.
Okay.
Discuss what we're getting into.
All right. Who's going to be wearing the glasses?
There's Zoya's gift, so I'm asking her.
Ken, I've got a question for you.
Okay.
Who do you see as your boss? Because technically, Zoya is your superior within the team, but Suzanne is your superior, is her superior. And possibly your character could feel enough of an allegiance to Codename Hare to see him as a boss. It's up to you. Or it could be another and somebody else. Maybe you might end up seeing your mom. I don't know.
I was gonna throw in the twist and have it be my father.
Zoya, do you put on the glasses while watching Ken?
Yep.
Ken, okay? So Zoya, that doesn't change anything for you. You still look at yourself and you still look like yourself to you. But Ken, the instant she puts on her glasses, her clothing and her appearance completely change, and she transforms into your father. And her voice is exactly the same when she speaks to you.
As it is normally?
No. Her voice sounds like her father's.
Oh, okay. By the way, have like a Russian accent.
Your father now speaks like a Russian woman.
Wait, the Russian accent's still there? Yeah. That seems like an awfully thin disguise. So it looks like my father had taught the Russian accent?
Yeah.
So, anything happen?
You look like my dad.
You're shitting me.
I guess this is the airport smartphone. I'm just kind of like really uncomfortable with it. Please take those off.
Okay, alright. Then she kind of like takes them off and she's just looking a little weirded out, but like she's not taking anything seriously. And she says, so, what do you think about McWeirdo?
I think that I haven't drunk nearly enough on this. This is a lucky thing. Here, take this for something supernatural. One thing, supernatural entity looking like a blonde man, all the hair. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Baseball cap that turns you invisible when you turn it around. I think I might be using that time.
Well,
can't forget about your glass.
and she's kind of nodding like she's giving him the benefit of the doubt. And she says, how about we call in and we double check if there's anything happening on actual promotion level?
Well, first I think we need to discuss the deal stuff. Now, speaking generally, from what I've read, deals with otherworldly entities don't tend to end well for people signing up. Drinking his blood seems
Unsanitary.
I go beyond that. Satanic.
Yes, and unsanitary, which is the same thing in many cases.
I just want to say two things. First of all, Anna, you don't stop looking like Ken's dad when you take off the glasses. And second thing is, you know I mentioned that you'd be able to roll 2 dice and choose the better one?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the perks of drinking the hare's blood. That's all I need. Okay. So, what are your characters going to do after this?
Well, I'm going to go to the minibar and pour myself a drink.
I'm going to call my wife.
Uh,
Promotion.
so, you pour. So, Ken, you pour yourself a drink. Are you go? How much is Ken going to drink?
Well, I imagine it's just like a tiny bottle of bars, so just like one of those. Something to top up there. That helps me think a bit clearer.
Okay. Yeah, just trying to get uh, a little bit of stress off and get your mind off of things. Okay. Zoya, your wife answers the phone, and she asks you, "So, how's my secret agent's investigation go?"
Well, Greece is nice, very scenic. I got some souvenirs for you and the kids. Um, this is probably the strangest investigation I've ever been involved in, and it is giving me, what do they call it? The heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, I read about it, how the congresswoman was shot right in front of you. I didn't know. Listen, if it starts to look like it's too hard on you, we could take a vacation. We could just get you off the case and do something else. If it's, I don't want this to hurt you.
I don't really want it to hurt me either, or put any strain on the family or anything like that. Um, where do you want to go?
I was thinking Hawaii.
Oh, that sounds lovely. I think that would be nice. Maybe Maui?
Right. When do you do you want to wait till the case is over? Do you want us to plan for that in a couple of weeks, months? I still have I'll have to take some time off of the accounting too.
Let me get back to you, but maybe when I get back from Greece, we can start planning it.
Perfect. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, and we should try to bring the kids. I think they'd love it.
Oh, of course. But yes, I think I should get going now, but I love you. Kisses to you and to the kids.
She hangs up, and you and the room you were in suddenly feels a lot more empty when her voice isn't there.
Yep,
What do you do now?
I quit the job.
Well, I see you've learned from our previous games together on how to keep your character and their hopes alive.
uh, is that because I'm just thinking, I'm like, wow, there is literally like very, very slim chances that Zoya would actually take that deal.
Okay, so I think I'm going to go to Zoya with a proposal. So I was thinking, the deal looks enticing from the outside, but as I said, a long history and tradition points to these sorts of deals ending very badly for those who make them. Still, I don't think we can pass up an opportunity like this. So I think one of us should take the deal.
You know, I think almost neither of us should. I don't think chasing after some grody old math teacher who should be dead, but for some reason isn't, is a great life choice. Neither do I think is drinking the blood of someone who calls themselves an immaterial creature. It's a little weird.
The fact you only call that a little weird tells me that you're handling it better than I am. But though it is undeniably weird, I don't think we can turn down the perk that we offer. So here's my proposal. I will drink the blood, and I want you to be my spotter. Certain things that look like it's going awry.
But want her to be your what?
Spotter.
Oh, okay, spotter.
Just if it seems like it's on the up and up, even after I accept the deal, follow suit. Otherwise, put me out of my business.
Or how about we call in, we tell Susan we want off this case. It is, very weird. And we all take a vacation.
Promotion with a phone call.
Yes, but okay. We can talk to this guy and politely decline and just pretend this never happened.
Here I thought Russians would be fearless.
I'm sorry, fearless, but not stupid.
You're going to accept or reject an offer from someone who can get you promoted with an agency with a single phone call. Seems to have ties to all agencies in the world, and for all we know, is able to predict the future.
Yes, that's essentially what I'm saying, because there are some things in the world I don't really want to get involved with, like immaterial creatures who want you to drink their blood. That's just bad news.
Do you really think that he will let you leave to review with the information you have? We're in this pretty deep.
Well, we can talk to him. I want to talk to him again and just maybe get a better feel for things and see if there is a nice clean way out of this mess, because it's getting a little strange. And fun as the supernatural can be, not really my cup of tea, especially if that cup of tea has blood.
Which of you took the car?
I think that was me.
So, do you call?
Yeah, I'll call, set up a meeting.
Ding, 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 ding.
He tells you he's still in town, and you can meet him. He gives you a meeting, and it's sort of like an elaborate spy meeting where he tells you like the third bench to the third northernmost bench on this plaza has an envelope which will guide you to this other place, and you end up in front of Athens necropolis with a city official opening the door to let you inside, and from the inside you can hear echoing the hares humming, and the city official doesn't tell you anything, just gestures you in.
Yeah, I just walked in.
Zoya, did you come with him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You find him. You find Hare just under a beam of sunlight, surrounded by pillars and bodies of ancient skeletons of ancient Romans, and he's just walking around them, just humming to himself. When he sees you arrive, he says, "Ah, welcome. You're right on time. Okay, I've got 20 minutes before I've got a meeting with a group of Ukrainians that I've got to deal with. And shall we get to business? Have you thought about my offer?"
Yes.
Yeah, about that.
I'm ready to accept, and he's on the fence.
He takes out a small small scalpel, and he says, "You're going to need to come closer." As he starts to he cuts in his arm instead of his hand, because he knows that the hand has a lot more nerve endings, and you see a sort of his blood starting to drip along his hand towards his fingers. Both of you can roll clairvoyance if you want to.
Okay.
close, but okay. Oh no, actually, he has a few points of clairvoyance, which makes the roll much easier. Anna, you're going to see this, and Andrew isn't. Zoya witnesses that, like, when you focus on the blood and you focus on your senses, on what like your senses and your instincts are telling you, you start to see something else. You see a bunch of hold on, just give me 1 second. You see a bunch of spiders and cockroaches crawling along his hand instead of blood towards his fingers, and and you alongside that you hear it feels like the skulls of the Romans around you, the Greeks around you, sorry, are whispering warnings. Ken, you don't feel any of this. You're getting closer, and the hare extends his hand and says, "With this, we will be joined in an alliance forever."
Forever is a very long time. I'm just saying. I'm just, random bystander comment.
I didn't understand what you said before.
She said forever is a long time, and then she's just kind of gently freaking out, but trying not to show it.
I'm gonna pull out a little bottle from a full muddy bar, unscrew it, pour it into the blood, and then drink.
I'm going to modify your character sheet so that you have room for this for the next game. You now have 1 point of the energy of darkness in this game called Karma, and you can spend it to regenerate, and you can now roll 2 dice, and your character sheet will roll 2 dice instead of 1 for all of your rolls, and when the blood gets into your mouth, you have this horrible sensation that you're drinking something that does not taste like blood, but like a horrible chemical, a bit like petroleum, or like just pure darkness. But a couple of seconds later, the sensation is gone, and you feel stronger than ever. And Hare tells you, "I was not called by many names in my past lives, but I am famous for having been Hassan." And I think it's a good time to end this game.
Okay. 99% Zoya is quitting and going to Hawaii with her wife.
Alright, I look forward to doing the rest of the 1% with you.
This is the problem of making a character who has a family.
Yeah, in the previous campaign that we played together, the other player was the only semblance of family that you could still have. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this first session. I promise more weird supernatural mysteries in the second one.
Yay!
Hi everyone, and thank you for watching this video. If you want to be a part of this story, we are currently looking for more players and game masters to play new games in this setting and on this channel. You can also be a part of the story by having your face added to the cast of characters. I draw all of the images for this game, and you can commission me to make you into an NPC. If you like the style and you want a drawing like that of yourself, or if you want to contribute to the project, you can contact me through the links in the description. Finally, if you want to keep up with all of the adventures on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so you can get a notification each time we upload the next episode of this story. And it would be very nice of you to like and share the video to help this channel grow. Have a nice day, everyone.